The Mortuary Collection is a brand new Shudder original starring Clancy Brown, and I've already recorded this review, but the audio didn't take, so here we are again. Now, this, as I said, is an anthology film, and it is about a mortician who's showing a woman who's applying for a job there around and telling her stories of how people got themselves dead. And, you know, this is a similar setup, much like a Body Bags, much like a Tales from the Hood. We've seen this setup before. Now, Clancy Brown is very good as the mortician, and the film looks great. The production value is good. It has a very good aesthetic to it. So those are all pluses there. The segments are fine. The film overall is fine. I found myself to be underwhelmed pretty much across the board with everything, but not so much so that I hated my time with it, but it's not something that I would ever revisit. As far as like the tone of it goes, or if an anthology I would compare it to, I'd compare it to a film called Trapped Ashes, which does have kind of a similar-ish feel in some of the segments. One in particular, in the Trapped Ashes, we get killer breast implants. Here, we find out the dangers of unprotected sex. And let me tell you guys something, if a girl asks you to wear a condom and behind her back you take it off and you do her without it, you're a horrible human being and you deserve every fucking thing that's coming to you. But yeah, the segments to me are just anticlimactic. They end properly for the way the stories are set up. I just didn't feel much when they happened. Although I will say the last segment did have a bit of a twist, and it did tie into the wraparound, and I thought that was pretty cool. And this is a kind of a cherry-picking movie for me, as I've called these things in the past, where there are things in the film that I actually greatly enjoy, and I'm like, oh, I've always wanted to see that, or oh, that's kind of a cute little spin on that, or whatever. And it's like, click here, click there, and the rest is whatever. It's okay, it's fine. The performances are all good for what it is. There's a girl in this, in that, Sex Without a Condom one, that is unbelievably gorgeous, and I had to look her up, and she's going to star in the new Lord of the Rings TV series, so I can't wait to see her and what she does in that show. Just had to mention her because she was just so unbelievably adorable. But yeah, the segments, the first one, which is Lovecraftian, is fine, but it's super short-lived, and that I think kind of plays in as a joke within the wraparound. I was actually the most invested and the most interested in the wraparound, which is a super rarity for anthology films. Usually the wraparound's like whatever, and we're just trying to get to the segments. In this one, I just enjoyed spending my time with the Clancy Brown character and the woman who's applying for the job, and kind of their banter and their back and forth and their chemistry together was very solid. I could have watched way more of them. But yeah, the segments, as I said, they just were fine for me. I left every one of them kind of like, okay, that was good. That was fine. Nothing I never to watch ever again. And that's just the kind of the way I feel about this whole film. It was a fine watch, but at an hour and 50 minutes, I just felt like there should have been more to things. With 4 segments, one of them only being like 5 minutes long, I just feel like to warrant almost a 2-hour film, that these segments should have more meat on the bone, that there should be more to them. But at the end of them, they all just feel fine, and that just, I don't know, that wasn't good enough. So I'm not disappointed because I didn't know this thing existed, but at the end of it, it's good, it's fine, it's worth a watch, I suppose, if you're really into anthology films. If you're a big anthology watcher, then check it out for sure. I think you'll like it. I think you'll kind of be like me, most of you, and you'll be like, it was fine. Yeah, it was worth a watch. I'll never watch it again. So yeah, anyway, I recorded this review a couple times already, and the audio is fucked up every time. So if this audio isn't good, I'm fucking just done. I don't care. I won't review the movie, and you won't be watching this right now. So whatever. Adios.